Welcome back. Here's where you left off. Spoilers ahead for chapters 28 through 32 of Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. We pride ourselves on being a family-friendly podcast. Sometimes, though, you just gotta talk about the content of the book as written. Our guest host, Hannah, has asked us to put a listener disclaimer advisory that we will be discussing sexual content, acts, and honestly, I don't know what else she's gonna say. But like you, I'm curious to find out. Listener discretion is advised.
Guys, we are finally listening to a romance book. Finally! We're at like the end of the book, right? We're like almost at the end of the book, but we are finally listening to a romance book. And I'm sorry, but I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this entire time. These last 5 chapters, I enjoyed quite a bit. I don't know how you guys felt about it, but I did enjoy them quite a bit.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. It was just... Okay, you guys know that I do drive when I listen to this, right? And let's just say that...
We were looking forward to this.
I was thinking about that the entire time, Leonard. I was like, oh my God, Leonard's listening to this in his car. And he's having to turn it down so many times because, whoa.
Yeah, that's one. You know what? It was my slowest commute ever. I literally drove in a slow lane because I couldn't speed up because I was like, what the hell's going on here? It literally takes me about 15 minutes to go to work. Now it took me 20 minutes. I was like, why is it taking so long? I was like, oh, now I know why. Both ways.
Okay. So I also felt in these 5 chapters, so many of our questions that we talked about, even in just the last episode, like so many questions were answered. So I was like, okay, what's going to happen to Jack? Okay, he dies. What is her signet? Okay, we found out it's lightning. When are they going to finally have sex? Oh, they do finally. A lot of it, actually, which was pretty nice. Yeah, that was a lot in these 5 chapters. I was like, whoa, yes. Okay. Well, they dove right in, and they were like, yeah,
it was the amount of destructive power of it all.
Yes,
like, okay. Destroying both of the rooms.
Before we go to more in depth here, let's talk about what happened to Jack. Let's start from the beginning. Let's talk about what happened to Jack first.
Oh, wait, hold on. Right in the beginning, leaving off, I was worried that her sister died. So
same here.
I was happy that her sister did not die. So the chapters start off with her sister didn't die, so that's good. But yeah, we jump right into them doing the war games or whatever, and then Jack, I was like, and I kept asking, like, what do you think is going to happen with Jack? I was like, oh, okay, well, that's what happened.
Well, to be honest with you, when we left off in the last episode, going to this episode, Mira, I was okay. I know it's very dark for me to say this. I was hoping that she will like get injured and Vile will come down and be like save her or something, but that didn't happen. I was like, oh, okay, so there's probably another one that's gonna happen, right? When doing the war games thing, that was very interesting. That was for me, that was the climax, in my opinion, throughout this book itself, because it was this part that when everything sort of like got together, physically and like mentally and like power, because it just felt like it was this is what we've been waiting for, right? And it happened. I was like, oh, this is great. This has finally happened, right?
I know. And so this is a little bit, I feel bad that like she did have like remorse, but I'm just saying, when she was, doing the war games and she was on her dragon and she had bloodlust. Oh my God. She wanted to fucking kill Jack.
She wanted to.
She was so mad. She felt it. She was grabbing at her dagger. She was gonna kill him. So I'm like, why are you surprised that you killed him? You killed him in a different way. You were about to freaking throw a dagger at him. And then later she's like, oh, I'm shocked that I killed him. I don't know. I felt annoyed by that because I'm like, you wanted to kill him in that moment. Like everything she said in that moment, she wanted to kill him.
It's kind of funny though, because when Liam got stabbed, I was like, holy crap. Because all three of us really love that character.
I was like, no,
I know.
I was really unhappy. I was very unhappy about that.
Yeah. Because for me,
Liam is like the guy. Like honestly, in a lot of ways,
great.
when you look at it, he's there. He's protecting her. He's there. And even when Liam is in trouble, Mr. Z's away somewhere else, and she's the one coming in. So like they're both having each other's backs all the time here. It's just like.
Oh, I agree with you because Liam. Remember at the beginning when Liam got introduced, he was like, "Oh, great, this babysitter," right? But he ending up being part of friendship. You know, he wasn't the outsider always looking in, but he was brought in.
At times, I was like, "Why aren't you like wanting Liam?" And even when, do you remember, like she was feeling her power and she was like all horny and stuff, and like she came out of her room and Liam was right there and she was like, "Liam is pretty hot." I was like, "Then do him," you know.
With the opportunity is there.
No, but she really just wants Mr. Z.
Yeah, well, when Liam got stabbed, I was like, "Oh my gosh, this guy better not die." I was like annoyed, right?
Yes.
When Vilefound got her signet, I was like, "Oh, that's cool." I was like, "Oh man, I lost."
I know.
So
We like were
disappointed.
so off about that, about our predictions. There was a lot of predictions that we made last episode that was not a thing this episode.
She was
I was like,
gonna
oh,
be
okay. Well,
I
yeah,
think that's what you
everything's
said.
kind of off of what we said.
Yeah, but at the same time, we were hopeful what kind of signature she was supposed to get. Like we were hoping that she's gonna get this because it actually ties into her brother, her experience, and all that stuff. When that lightning came out, I was like, oh, that's cool. But to be honest with you, I was a little disappointed.
I like being surprised by a book. So I'm like, I am appreciative that this book has surprised me several times that I kind of thought where I knew where the direction was going. And then I was like, oh, okay, I did not know it was going in that direction. That's interesting. So I do appreciate the book for that I have been surprised several times.
Well, to be honest, I was disappointed. Sorry, Derek. I was very, very disappointed. I was disappointed because having Vile having a very powerful dragon, having 2 dragons, I was like, okay, cool. That's a cool thing to do. But giving her a very, very powerful signet, that annoys me because that tells me that this book is going to be skewed heavily on her now instead of like a really nice storyline that we had so far. In my opinion, it's really nice. It's very evened out. If she ended up getting something like Brandon has, right, but it has a twist to it, that sort of gives a little bit more tension to it, right? But she has the signet that she can like literally destroy a town, right? And it's on top of that too. She ending up using what's her name? Della, the golden dragon.
Andorra.
Goldie.
Yeah, Goldie. And
Goldie.
Yeah, she ended up using her again and to save Liam, right? Because he was plunging downwards, right? And I was like, oh. And I thought everyone would be recognizing that. Oh my gosh, she can actually stop time, right? Because when he said concentrate whoever you want to stay with you the whole time, and the rest just blanks out and freeze. I really thought that she screws up somehow. That 3 other or 4 other people found out that she actually can hold time. You know,
I was shocked that no one figured that out. I did. I was thinking that like, oh, they're gonna know, and then no one did.
Exactly.
Well, I want to talk
disappointed.
about the fact that we have Mr. T, who number 1 suits up, which is pretty interesting. Number 2, that they're basically like Voltron or something, because we have Andorra. She can connect with Mr. T, and then Vi's on top of that. So she has the signet power of lightning. The other one stops time. You know, I mean, and he's massive. So it's like they come together as this one unit now. And the fact that she can hook onto him, I thought was kind of funny.
I love that. I love that it's like a disability aid. And I know I keep bringing it back to that, but it's like she has a disability. And then like, I don't like that she was kind of upset about it. I mean, I get it to an extent, but I'm like, yeah, but I loved that Mr. T was like, no, you deserve to be a writer. And just because you're not made the way that other people, like, this is okay to have this saddle. I honestly was then thinking for everyone else, like, why doesn't everyone have these saddles? Because I think they all should have them.
See, I was thinking the same way too. I'm like, what happened if I decide to ride a dragon? I'm going to fall off. So I mean, we have to have a saddle, right? Like a horse or a donkey or whatever. At least
I know. Can we mass
something.
produce these? Can we make saddles?
I think I have the answer to that. I think the answer to that is that they're supposed to fight the other riders and have mobility to be able to get up and jump around and jump on other dragons and kill them. And, you know, I think that's the argument that she was making earlier in the book.
I kind of like, to be honest with you, if you're trying to Okay, what happened to Liam and Jack fighting? I think Jack jumped up to Liam's dragon. I think, if I remember correctly,
he jumped off his dragon.
That argument makes a lot of sense, but this is a very weird moment that just two dragons are. Remember, they've been training for a while, so the dragons actually know each other. During a war game, they were like, "Hey, buddy, how you doing?"
I'm wondering about the relationship between the dragons.
Yeah.
I was like, is Jack's dragon like totally okay with this? Like, he's like, yeah, let's go kill the other people. Like, I don't know. It just obviously we don't know, but I'm curious of like what the other dragons are thinking and saying to, like, was Jack's dragon fully on board with how bloodlust he was? Like, I'm gonna fucking kill this guy, and the dragon was like, yeah, dude, that's cool. Let's do that. Like,
yeah. I agree with you, because I felt the same way too. If he ended up jumping to Liam's dragon and the both dragons like, hey, how you doing, man? What's for dinner for tonight, right? And these two guys like stabbing each other at the back. I'm like, hey, I feel like something at the back, but we'll talk about that later. And if Derek is correctly, if they're training and says they have to bounce back and forth between dragons, that makes a lot of sense if you're fighting other dragons, right? But you're fighting with other creatures, right? So the enemy will not gonna stand back. It's like, hey, you want to jump up? Can you kill my guy? They're not gonna do that. So the argument of not having a harness or a seat, it's sort of like kind of dumb, in my opinion, because I think if you are a rider, you want to stay put as long as possible, right? So you can actually fight properly. And if your tactic means you're going to jump off to another dragon, what happens if you miss? Tactically, that doesn't make any sense.
And I'm thinking, was Jack's dragon being like, all right, dude, I mean, you can try it, but I mean, you might die. Like, okay. And also, I kept feeling like, as I've said before, all the other dragons are not like catching their riders constantly the way that Mr. T is. And I'm like, Mr. T is being awfully nice to Violet and catching her constantly. And I'm like, I don't think the other dragons are doing that. They're letting their riders die. Like,
Exactly. So that argument of like not having a harness because of their fighting thing kind of annoys the crap out of me. But they should have all harnesses for safety reasons.
I do like that she has this, and it's yet another thing that Zexy is doing for her, because he wants her to live, because he's in love with her. And she is like, I know you're in love with me, and you know you are, but he's determined to say that he's not. Okay, we can get to the sex scene now. So she's really upset that she killed Jack, blah, blah, blah. Even though I'm saying she had massive bloodlust when she was about to kill him. She was about to throw a dagger at him. She was about to kill him. She wanted him dead. And then her signet came out. And then suddenly she's like, oh my God, I killed him. I'm like, dude, you were literally about to kill him with your own hands. You wanted to kill him. Everything was saying you wanted to kill him, but now suddenly you're shocked that lightning killed him. Like, I don't know. Honestly, you actually should feel a little bit better about that she didn't have to kill him with her own hands. She did it with her signet.
Yeah.
But whatever. I mean, they wanted her to have real emotion of like she killed another human, whatever. And she, got sick and felt bad about it and stuff. So, I mean, it's on track with her personality of like that not wanting to kill somebody else. So, I mean, I get it.
To be honest, I'm getting annoyed regarding her double standards. I think that's the best way to describe it.
Her internal dialogue, is that what you mean, Leonard? Like
more like, oh, I don't want to kill that person, but I'm going to kill him anyway. Oh, next year, I did kill him. Oh, crap. What have I done?
I want to kill him. Oh no, I did.
Yeah, it's like, make
you
up your
wanted
mind.
to kill him, though.
Exactly. It's like, you decided to stay as a writer. You've been given so many opportunities to leave the writer. Right.
And you knew at some point you're going to have to kill somebody. And she has said multiple times that she wanted to kill Jack because he's a dick. So, like, yeah, you wanted to kill him.
So you killed the dick. Now you're like, oh God, what have I done? Am I supposed to be doing this? Like, oh my God, am I a bad person? It's like, yeah, dude, you are. You poisoned half of your classmates.
That's a really good point.
You didn't feel bad about that shit. And then what about with the other guy, the one that like stabbed her or whatever, or that Mr. T like blasted or whatever, she didn't feel that bad about that guy. I was
Because
like,
she didn't do it.
You feel bad about this guy, which has been trying to kill you from the beginning. You actually shouldn't feel that bad about that.
No.
So I felt like she was dwelling on that a little too much.
Exactly. I have a feeling that she only chose to feel bad if she actually killed someone with her own hands. If someone else killed them, I'd be like, not my problem.
It's fine.
You know, it's like, it's all good.
I didn't do it. As long as I didn't do it.
It's all good. Totally, it's not my problem. It's fine. So,
but my question about their...
Go ahead, Derek. Sorry.
I was going to say, my question is actually more around the writing in these chapters, because when we're going through her back and forth, and I'm talking specifically as Leonard was mentioning about her inner dialogue going back and forth. So, they sleep together and then she's like, well, I'm going to make him want it more. And then she's like, well, I don't know. Then she's like, I'm going to walk away until he comes to me. And, all this back and forth doing that. What did you think about that writing? Both of you.
It's like, I understand it to an extent, but it got irritating at times. But it's the same thing that I feel about Mr. Z guy. And I was like, which I was glad that she said that this time. She called him out on this, like, you're telling me that you don't have feelings for me. You clearly do, though. You clearly do. And I feel like I've said this for several chapters, groups of chapters before this. I'm like, he clearly has feelings for her. And so then her calling him out on that, I was like, yes, thank you. Because you acting like, I just wanted you, but I don't like you, that kind of thing. And she's like, okay, but everything you've done has showed me that you like me, not just wanting to have sex with me. And I was like, thank you, Violet. You are calling him out on his shit, because yes, he clearly likes you. He's had feelings for you for quite a while. I appreciated that.
It's kind of funny though, because there's even a line that says that no, I liked you since the first time I saw you. Right? I was like, right? That's sweet, but duck off.
I mean, and I could just mean that he just wanted to fuck her from the beginning. So I mean, that's fair, but
exactly. It comes to the point now. Like, again, I think I'm just getting slightly annoyed with the back and forth as well too, because we know that both of them has feeling for each other, and I agree. I'm fine with that. I have zero issues with that. But Violet has to realize something here. She said it several times, that he is leaving the following year. She's going to be going to second year. He's literally leaving, like going out to fight, right? And there's two things going to happen. One is she's going to follow him because they have no choice because of dragons, or he's going to stay to wait until she's done, right? So there's going to be a little back and forth. Or the third option is they're just going to go straight to war, right? Okay,
Which, by the way, it ends.
I was gonna say I'm gonna put that in asterisk for now. As a dot,
I was like, God damn it, Derek.
Yeah. So
and he does it again.
I know. So here's the biggest issue that I have is with their back and forth thing. It's like, fine, you guys got together. I'm okay with that. That's just evolution of the story. I'm okay with that. But the problem I have is this internal monologue between both of them of like, I like you, I don't like you. It's like literally peeling a petal from a rose. I like him, I don't like him, constantly. Yes. It comes to the point that I got annoyed. On the point, I got really annoyed, because it's like, how many times do I have to listen to this constantly? Right,
it is. It's a lot of back and forth.
Yeah, and I was very happy they got together, right? Especially the second. We'll talk about that later. But I'm glad that they got together, and that's really nice. But in the same time, I'm like, why is still there a sexual tension between both of them? Right?
Yeah,
why?
I'm going to agree with you, Leonard. Like,
so
why is it still, after they've done it like twice here now, why is there still this back and forth happening between them? And even between the two of them, where he talks about, why he took on the scars and all that, so opening up to her and so forth, is she still after that again doing this back and forth? And I found that really annoying, because it's almost like the writer, like she's not progressing them forward. She's trying to keep them in this tense state
it's
for
so
the story,
will they, won't they
suppose,
thing.
right?
Yeah. And it's like, even though like, okay, well, they're going to do it, but still having him holding back of like, this is just a sexual thing. It's not a real feeling thing. But his saying like, don't fall for me. Like, okay, I appreciated her saying, don't tell me what to do, basically. Like, if I want to, then I'm going to. That's not your problem. And okay, so for a minute, because you mentioned the scar thing, I was kind of confused about this. That it's like, okay, he apparently at 17 years old had to make a deal to save all of the kids. What is the scars though? What did they stab him 107 times? I don't get what the scars are.
So if I remember correctly, the scars is actually like a lashes. It's almost like a whip slash, but it came from the lead dragon. So I think her mother's dragon that actually gave that scars to him.
Oh, okay. I was like, because they didn't actually say where the scars came from, and he's like, the scars are a reminder. I'm like, but they're on your back. Is that really a reminder for you? But it was just in the moment, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. So the deal was, because he's the oldest, they made a deal.
Yeah,
it's like,
okay,
we'll kill you all. That's it.
And then he made a deal.
I mean, okay, fine. We'll go to the squadron.
That's not accurate, Leonard. No. He made a deal saying, you won't kill any of them, and I will take personal responsibility for all 107. So that's
and
why.
That's what he said. Yeah, that's what Leonard said. We'll kill you all, or, then he made a deal. It's literally what it is. He made a deal to save them. In return, then they just gave him, okay, fine, you're gonna be. They'll just theoretically, quote unquote.
Yeah, I guess I just didn't really understand. I was like, what was the scars and like how? Because she made a comment of like they didn't look like whip lashings or something like that. It was just like little notches down his spine. And then I was like, well, did they stab him 107 times? I don't know. I was just like, that wasn't really explained. So I guess I was kind of confused. But I guess if a dragon did it, then that makes more sense.
Yeah, well, Liam did say something. Remember when Liam and Vi went to the library? Right.
Yeah.
And they actually had a conversation regarding what happened to them after their parents died. They got fostered to the noble families. That's actually pretty cool. I think we had this discussion already that we got some type of information what happened to the kids, right?
Yes. And we learned it was 107. So then we did know that was a significant number.
And after that, when Val found out, it was very upsetting because they didn't write that down. It was kept a secret. But when what's his name, Zane came, start talking about it and start giving a bit more information. That information actually got very intense. It's nice to hear it. It's nice to give a little bit more origin story regarding what happened to the kids, right? But
I was just confused about because he's like, the scars are a reminder. I'm like, but they're on your back. Like, is that a reminder to you?
Yeah,
like, I think you do feel the scars.
I think it was the symbolism of like lashes or something. So that's my opinion. That was a very good writing. I really do like that little detail because it's because when I heard it, I was like, I actually rewinded to listen to it again to make sure I understand it correctly. And it was very, very well written. I really do like that little detail because it gives a perspective from the reader's side. It's like, this is what really happened, right? Don't listen to the books. Don't listen to all the stories happening. This is actually what happened to us.
Oh, and speaking of that book, I knew that effing book, man, was going to come back. I've been talking about this. I was like, this book is going to be some aspect that's going to come into play again. And I liked these chapters. I was like, that book comes into play again. And I'm like, there is something about these stories that are going to be real because they keep saying it. And now she has a little note from her dad saying that these stories are real. Yeah. And again, we're about the end of the book. So when is this going to happen?
Next book.
The next book, right? So we're probably going to get a taste at the end of the book. But I'm like, okay, we're like 5 chapters out from the end of the book and you're just now saying, oh, these things are real.
Yeah, we're going to blame Derek for that one for stopping the book right there and then.
Oh, gosh, I know. Damn it, Derek.
Well, they said
Derek. There's always a Derek in the group.
There's always a Derek in the group.
There's always a Derek.
And he just like stops the book whenever he just feels like it.
I know. I'm just going to screw you guys. Fuck you, man. I'm going to end it right here.
But it's like the second time I've done it in this book, though, where you guys are like,
Oh,
screwed.
no.
I was so mad because
The end of this, I was like, what is happening?
because the book literally ended. After I had like 8 more minutes left, so I parked the car. I just literally left my car running, finishing the 8 minutes. I'm like, I have to go, but I can't. It's 8 minutes left. I need to finish this off now.
Well, it's so funny that they leave you with like, oh, it's another sex scene, okay, and then suddenly at the very end of that chapter is like, no, wait, some shit is happening, and I'm like, oh my god. Because I was like, oh, okay, well, I mean, they're just screwing again, so that's fine. But then, yeah, suddenly, like, we're under attack. I was like, ah!
Okay, we're going to discuss the attack thing later, but I do want to talk about the most the most important thing about these chapters is the sex.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I literally.
How did you guys feel about it?
Okay. For me, I drive to work, and it's the most awkward thing to hear surrounding people. Okay, and once in a while, I forget how loud my car is, like how loud my stereo is, right? My radio is, and on top of that too, I literally drove in the slow lane because I can't speed up. If I speed up, I will literally. I was more shocked how detailed it is than anything else.
Wow.
I was like driving.
It was a lot more graphic than I expected.
And she did not hold back.
She did not.
I was like, there's no way this is a teen novel book.
No, this is an adult.
We're
book.
past. This is not PG-13 anymore.
Yeah.
This is not PG-13 anymore. So this is like no. Now I know where
my question is this though.
I will say,
in the writing of the moments that they're doing in that, she's always focused on this. I'm gonna suck his tongue or his lip or something. She's always going on about that.
yes.
She just cannot get away from
You
it.
really
She's a tongue
like
person.
describing. Yes, she really likes describing making out and their mouths a lot. So she really is into describing mouths. And at one point, she said, "I was sucking his tongue." I was like, "Whoa, dude." I mean, French kissing, like I've never like full on sucked a tongue. That sounds kind of gross. But she really is into talking about mouth stuff, which I found very
apparently
interesting.
where they live is a tongue thing is a very big thing. So
Oh, it's all about the tongues. Yeah, 'cause that's what they do. It's all about the tongues.
it's kind of funny though because it's kind of. I'm not sure if you guys heard this detail when they were about to do it the first time. They actually say, "Oh, we have to use we have to inject ourselves." Yeah, that was.
I thought that was interesting because they do have to cover the fact that they're not using a condom. So I love that she had to like put that in there of like because I listen to a lot of romance books. So yeah, there's always one point that they either beforehand have to establish that like they're on, she's on birth control or something, or they have to insert a moment where the man has to put on a condom. So I love that they did that, but it was, they both take a pill. I was like, I love that they both take a pill. I thought that was great.
Actually, when I heard that, I was like kind of curious. Does North American books or even American books are required to put that statement in their books?
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure. Like I'm not even sure.
I don't know if that's a requirement, but it seems to be like something that I guess responsibility of like, we should mention that the guy puts on a condom or whatever to reinforce that shit. I don't know. I don't know if that's a thing, but it feels like it is for how many romance books that I've listened to. It always seems to be a thing that they have a moment that the guy has to put on a condom. So when they took that moment to do that, I was like, oh, I like what you're doing there. You're establishing right there that they both take a pill for that. And then you don't have to address it any point after that.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was kind of smart.
It was literally like a couple of words that they just used. And it was like, oh, it was one of those details that caught me off guard. Literally caught me off guard. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
That's interesting. Okay, so what I do have to say about the writing, so my main issue about the sex scenes, I thought they were good. I thought they were fun. I liked that there was a lot of movement and her like setting the drapes on fire. I thought that was all very fun. I have some issues with the writing, especially when she talks about a lot of mouth stuff. But I personally hate the word cock. I hate it. I think it is not sexy in any way. And she repeatedly uses the word cock. It makes me think of a rooster. I'm sorry, roosters are not sexy. I mean, unless we're talking about like 90s movie Rockadoodle, he was a little sexy, but that's neither here nor there. I'm saying, why can't you use different words? There's a lot of words for a penis. Why do you keep repeatedly using cock? I'm actually going to
defer to you here. Right? Let's say this. What do you think from reading so many romance novels? Because Leonard and I are not experts. You're the expert here. Unless Leonard has some secret past I don't know about. What words would you prefer? What words do you think are more
I think dick
usable?
is better. But there's a lot of different words. I'm always appreciative of using different words. I think my issue is that she used cock, but then she kept using cock. Like, stop saying cock over and over and over again. I was like, use different words. There's a lot of different words. There's dick, there's shaft, there's a lot of different ways to describe things. And I actually thought she did a better job describing Violet's vagina, but when it came to his, it's like, no, it just kept saying cock. I was like, I don't like the word. I just don't find it sexy at all. It just, I don't know. It like pulled me out of it. So that's just me personally. I did not like that of the writer, that she just kept using the same word. And honestly, if she kept using any one word, because I think that's my criticism, is that I always like in romance when they I don't know, go on the spectrum of words. Like, there's a lot of different words you could use. Like, stop using one word. That was my complaint.
The thesaurus wasn't working that day. So
I know, yeah. I can't think of anything else. Let's just put cock back in there.
The thesaurus is freaking out. Like, I don't know what to do with this.
Yeah. Oh my god. Because even like
I think she's stuck on it though. Right? She's stuck on these words like the mouse stuff and all that, and she's stuck on them. Well, and I don't know if it's a lack of ability to write or if it's her personal preference. Like her
maybe
preference.
She likes the word a lot.
Yeah, like, to be honest, it's not like ability to write things. It's just ability. It's if you come to the point, because this is where I'm still a little confused regarding how this book is being marketed, quote unquote. Is it still being marketed as a teen romance erotic book, or is it just an erotic book with fantasy in it for adults? Because I'm still widely confused how this book is actually being marketed.
Yeah, that's true, because I keep coming across people saying if someone thinks that this book is really spicy, you don't even know what you're missing. And I agreed with that to an extent, but I was like, no, actually this was a lot more, because like you said, it was kind of advertised that way. I was kind of shocked at how graphic the sex scenes were. I was like, oh, okay. This is more up my alley. I've listened to a lot of romance books, and I was kind of pleasantly surprised with how graphic the sex scenes were, because I kept thinking, oh, this is like this is a young adult thing. They're not going to make the sex scenes that graphic. I kept thinking that until it got to the point. I was like, oh, okay. I don't know. I was pleasantly surprised. So it made me think of every video that I had seen of people talking about Fourth Wing, of being like, oh, okay, yeah, no, this is not. Anyone saying this is a spicy book, like, it's not.
We're beyond spicy. We're beyond spicy. Yeah. Because that's why I was a little like, I don't mind it. It is what it is. It's when you go into it, there was some erotic scenes there. That's fine, right? I have no issues with any of that. It's just, I think the wording that they like you say, Hannah, the wording that they're using, it's kind of they're trying to. I have this feeling she's trying to dumb it down for a different audience, right?
But I didn't get that impression, buddy. I just felt like she was stuck in her head as to the way that she wanted to describe it, like in that manner, and that when either, and I'm not trying to be critical here, ever. I'm just saying, like, maybe that was her limitation from a writing perspective rather than her imagination, because
but
also,
maybe she really likes the word cock. Like, maybe she's really into that word. Like, because even when Zay was talking about, like, in Violet's brain, like saying, reminiscing, he referred to his own penis as a cock. So I was like, okay, I mean, maybe she just really likes that word.
Maybe that's how they speak in the. I think that probably that's how the official language of their culture is supposed to be. I don't know.
Maybe
they have
there's no other word for a penis. Yeah, they're like, no, this is what it's called. That's it.
Yeah, nothing else, man. Don't change our ways. God.
I know. I'm being so critical of their culture.
Well, what's interesting to me is that she chose that word. Like she chose that word, whereas, your opinion is that might not have been the best word to use. And I'm like, well, what would have been a more common? No,
I
I'm
think
asking
dick is
like
better.
what
I prefer
more
dick.
common words have been used is what my question is.
Yeah, that's a good question too. Actually, to be honest with you, it's like it's kind of hard to answer that question because
It's more descriptive. So
Yeah.
like she describes like herself more, because like they say, like now I'm blanking on what they said, but I'm like, she doesn't say, say the pussy word, or she says my slickened core. Like there's descriptive words. And I thought it was interesting that she chose to not use descriptive words for his penis in like hard shaft, head, anything like that. It was like descriptive words. She just kept saying cock. So it was, to me, I was judging her on her writing of that she was using more descriptive words for Violet's own body. But then when it came to his, it was like, there was no descriptive words. It was like, oh, okay, it's just his cock. Like, okay, I mean, can we get more? Can we get more descriptive words? I don't know. That was my judgment on it. It was just, let's use this one word. That's it. There's no more descriptive words.
I have, to be honest with you, I just want to put that in AI and ask him, what other descriptive words should you use for cock?
What is other descriptive words?
AI will explode like, oh man, here we go again. Another fourth wing reader.
Yeah. Although I do have to appreciate, again, this is a female writer. And whenever there's a female author and it comes to a sex scene, it is so very clear that it's a female author when the male is very much caring about making the woman climax first. That is such a female writer thing, because I have listened to audiobooks that where it was the male writer and they're doing a sex scene. Men, they do not give a shit about that. So their descriptive writing does not care. They're writing for women because women like to hear that about a man caring about a woman climaxing first and then going on into a normal sex scene. So it's always starting with like either the man going down on the woman or, fingering her, which in this one that's what he started. And I was like, oh, yep, that makes sense because it's a female writer. So if I had not known before, I would have known right then.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. You do have a point there. Sorry, Derek. You do have a point there, Hannah, because I had a conversation with my wife about this regarding female writers versus male writers.
Yeah.
Because male writers can't write a proper female character properly. Period. Yeah. It sucks. Yeah. It really sucks. And women have a tendency to actually write them in way more detailed than men. Because if you're a man and writing a man, because I've read several writers. I read several books from female writers, and their description for a man is actually way more better than a man describing a man or a woman.
Yeah, because they know that like women are reading this. Women want to hear this. That is part of the fantasy. That is part of the thing. So yes, exactly when it's a female writer. It's like, oh, okay. And sometimes it's kind of ridiculous. It's like that would never happen. But that's what the fantasy is. So, I mean, I get it.
This is where I keep going back to the same thing. It's like, is this book, if this book is being marketed, let's say even if you find out what age group this is being marketed, is this being marketed for on the female side or the male side? So this is where I'm still kind of massively confused regarding how this is being marketed. So just me.
I think it's definitely for women.
Yeah, for sure. Based on what I've read so far, yes, it is.
Yeah, it's definitely. I actually find the videos that I've seen of like men reading it because their wife or girlfriend is reading it. They're like, oh, I mean, it's not bad. Probably until this point. Not that I've heard them saying that until this point, but it was like, oh, this is not a romance book. And that's what I kept saying all the way until now. I was like, guys, this is not a romance book. When is romance going to come into this? Because this is like a fantasy book.
Wait for it.
I know. And then suddenly I'm like, okay, we're at like toward the end of the book. Now, finally, we get a sex scene. Like, thank God. Oh, my God.
Like, to be honest, okay. Can I give you guys okay, at the beginning of this book, when you guys told us we're going to be reading this book, the first thing I did is like, this is a teens book, right? If they have some type of romance thing, it's just going to be like kissing, whatever. I don't care, right? Mm-hmm. But when we start reading it, I'm like, I sort of start changing my mind. I'm like, this is not what I thought it will be. Then when we got to this chapter, I'm like, this is definitely not a teen book.
Whoa.
Right? But I checked the internet to confirm, and like there's no defined market for this. Right?
Yeah.
There's no defined, but it was very interesting. But I do want to talk to you about
probably why it's popular.
Exactly. I do want to talk to you about the last sex scene with how the last chapter we read ended, and I want to know your speculation on this one. So, what do you think about the last one, the last sex scene going into the ending of that chapter? That was, to me, honest with you, that was a lot more. God, I can't believe I'm saying this. It's a lot more fun reading that the latter part of that chapter, because it actually goes to a very particular ending that's just like, oh, are we going to battle or what? Because
yes. Oh, exactly. Because we go from like a smut book to they're doing it to then suddenly we're being attacked. People are dying. I'm like, what? And then we have to just end there. So I was like, God damn it. So mad.
Yeah.
Derek, you doing bad stuff here. Let me say this. So in that chapter, then she's going on about how she's getting all insecure about the other girl, and I can't remember the name now. She's getting all insecure about it, being like, there's another girl and she's into you or something.
Oh,
and
Imogen,
I think. You're already sleeping with the guy. Like, seriously.
This is when Violet's immaturity shows up, right?
I'm so annoyed with the fact that Zay is like, no, I'm not gonna fall for you, and I have no intention of falling for you. I was like, dude, just like she had said later, everything you do is showing me that you have more feelings for me. Like everything you're doing, and yet you're still being so stubborn, saying like, no, I am not going to fall for you or whatever. It's so stupid. I don't know. Yeah, I find that to be so irritating. I'm like, and I'm glad that she at least at some point calls him out on that. I was like, no, you clearly have feelings for me. Like all the things you do clearly have. Oh, and then he says stupid shit like, don't take anything that I do or say as nice. I'm like, yeah, but then you bring her flowers? Like, what are you doing? You make a saddle for her? Like, that's sweet and kind. Are you kidding me right now? But you're like, nothing I do is sweet and kind. Don't think that. I was like, oh my God, you're being so dumb.
It's like a 12-year-old child, like, no, I don't like you, but here's a chocolate, man.
But that's where the writing comes into it, guys. That's where I keep on coming back to the fact that when she's writing this, I'm like, are you trying to write a teenage romance? Because he's supposed to be 23, she's supposed to be whatever, 19 or whatever, So you're doing this high school stuff and in that moment where she's like, oh, what about the other girl? I'm like, seriously? So you've literally destroyed
I thought that was so dumb.
And you have this like mental connection where you can talk to each other, and you're worried about this other girl.
But you're worried about someone else? Oh, that was so stupid. I know. Yeah. And her being very immature and being like, oh, you don't like me, you like someone else. I'm like, no, it's so stupid.
This is it's like Violet is like trying to be mature about everything, but at the same time very insecure and having, I think we're going really deep into her psyche now. I have a feeling that she's very insecure because of what happened to her sister, to her brother, to her sister, her relationship with her mother, her relationship with her father. Because she even said several times too that she ending up she relates more with her father than anything, and then her mother ever. Like the relationship is totally different, right? And for her being insecure, remember she was in the scribe. The scribe is very rigid, very very process driven, because they have to capture every single history, right? And
non-emotional, which I find, like I said in the past, of like she actually would have sucked at that job because she's actually an extremely emotional person. So, and she shows it pretty freely. So I'm like, you would have sucked at that job going into the scribed thing. Yeah,
but going to here now, because I think I said in the beginning as well too. She's stuck between two mentalities here. One, she was a still scribe. Even now, she keeps thinking she has to go channel her signet. She talks about being grounded in the library of the scribes, right? And because theoretically that's her happy place. Not with Zayden, but that's her happy place because that's her relationship with her father, and that's great, right? But her being not for her going back and forth about being jealous or insecure, all that. So that's sort of like she got put in the place in the writer squadron. It's like, okay, who do I actually belong to now, right? Because with her father, she was very, very anchored in there, right? But her father died. She's still there, but her support system is gone. Right now,
I'm feeling more like, I know you've said in the past, which I still do. I do agree with, like, there is some ulterior motives for that the mother has, but I am more like, and maybe it's just me coming from a mother's perspective, but like her mother seemed to like really know that she was going to be good in this field, and she is. So like, if I'm going to defend the mother in any way right now, is she knew. She was like, no, you can handle pain. You know what you're doing. You actually, I think that she probably thought you would be wasted if you were in the scribed, because you're emotional, and this is the hard ass you need to be because you actually are violent and you're a badass. And you need to be in the writer's thing. So I feel like her mother knew that from the very beginning. And I'm now kind of like, I don't know. Mom knows best. I don't know. She's probably a bad guy, but whatever.
Yeah, I think you just opened a massive can of worms here, because
she knows plenty of stuff that he doesn't. She knows all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
but the thing is like, what does she know that we don't know though?
Exactly.
Right.
It's sort of like I think you said it properly there. But maybe there's a good chance that I could be right. You're right as well too, because you said that mother knows best. The mother knows something. It's a thing,
right? Because we have been talking about this in this entire time, of that there is something with the mom. I think there is an ulterior motive. I think there's something about that the mom knows, and yes, she could end up being a horrible person. I mean, she probably is. She could end up being like a super bad guy or whatever, but I do think there's something to that. I think that she knew what she was doing with saying that Violet needs to be in the writers. I think that she knew something. And
new conspiracy. Sorry, new conspiracy.
Yeah, what do you got?
What happened? What happened if Violet was her father forced her to go to the scribe to protect her? Right. And
because he knew what the mother was doing.
And the mother decided, you know what, we need to win this war, so I have to kill my husband.
And they had been fighting about it for a really long time, and then he died, and then she's like, I don't have to consult with him anymore.
Died out of nowhere. There's a good chance that he was murdered by the wife. Dun, dun, dun.
What? I think he was murdered.
Not murdered, killed, because we need violence to be violent, so it can be the deadliest weapon ever.
Oh wait, okay. So then, when they went to the ball thing, or the whatever it was,
the celebration,
which honestly I think was so incredibly effed up. By the way, that they're having a celebration, and then the king expected all of the children of the, like, you're celebrating that all of their parents died. Like, that's fucked up.
That
I don't know. That was
very screwed up.
Yeah, but I'm glad that Violet protected Liam the whole time. That was really nice.
Like, cared about him.
And he was with her. He was there. I think I remember, if I remember correctly, I'm here to protect you. And she's like, I don't need protection. When people start looking at him, that's, oh my gosh, I need to protect Liam now. Yeah,
I thought that was very interesting.
That was nice.
And Liam said, because she was saying, like, telling to Liam to, like, walk away when the king was a king and her mom was about to show up, and he goes, I'm not walking away when, like, your biggest threat is about to walk up. I was like, that was interesting.
Nice. That
From
was
Liam's
good.
perspective, the king is Violet's biggest threat. I was like, that's going to come into play later.
Or mother.
You're right. Yeah, we don't even know. It could have been either one. Yeah.
Guys, we have 5 chapters left.
Yes.
I can't believe we only have 5 chapters left. No wonder people read all 3 books. This is crazy. I was like, you're not going to give enough information in the next 5 chapters.
I know.
Let me ask you guys a question. Up to this point, do you think Vi has evolved as a character?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do, not as much as I want her to, because the fact that we just got to these last 5 chapters, which were toward the end of the book, and she is finally now evolving. So now I can look back on the entire book, and I'm kind of annoyed that it's taken us all the way to here to her finally in my mind, evolving more. Because I've been wanting this entire book. And so now I really liked these last 5 chapters because I felt like a lot happened with the development of her character. And I was like, oh, yes, finally, all of this shit is happening. And I think it was a lot to do with her getting the signet and stuff. And now the fact that she has this lightning wielding thing, I'm like, I want more. I want more of that side of her. And I want more of the badass of her. And we're finally getting a taste of that.
Yeah, I agree with you. It was a slow burn. She is getting there.
It was a slow burn.
Yeah,
I agree.
And when you ask the question, has she evolved? I have to say yes, because look at her journey from the beginning to the beginning and where we are now. She's a lot stronger. She worked on her muscles. She works on everything she needs to work on to be a writer. She still has issues, but at least she is evolving, right? So
then my question is, in considering that, is what do you two think is going to happen for the rest of the book?
Okay, Hannah, you go first.
Okay, so because I know that we only have 5 chapters left, I'm feeling like we ended this where, what's his face said that like people are attacking. I think this is going to be some big showdown. I don't know if it's like the Griffin or whatever is like going to be attacking the place, and I feel like there has to be some kind of battle or something that's about to happen. That's the only thing I'm thinking of. Like the next 5 chapters is going to be some big battle. Something big is going to happen, and then it's going to end the book because it makes you want to then have to read the next book.
For me, it's going to be a battle for sure. It's not going to be attacking where the Citadel is. It's going to be attack somewhere close that everyone has to scramble. Right? It's a big attack. We know that's going to happen, but I have a feeling. I have a feeling that some of the characters that we loved and we liked being there, like we loved reading it, someone's gonna die in this one. Someone's gonna die, and if someone's gonna die, this is when gonna be a turning point that her class will literally go to the front line and start fighting. Right? This is gonna be a thing that will trigger violence to be more violence. Right?
Yeah.
And
do you still think that Dane is gonna impregnate her?
No, not anymore.
Did you lose that one?
Yeah, no. So I have a feeling Dane is gonna die for sure. I know he's gonna die, but I don't know
Dane's
when.
Gonna die?
Yeah, I have a feeling he's gonna die, and Vile will be like gonna be torn.
You're right, because they've kept Dane being like he's a dick, but then he's a nice guy. And so I was thinking, like, when she was leaving the little party or whatever, Dane was being nice to her again and like giving her an out of like, I'll distract them, you can leave. I was like, oh, okay, so they're keeping him being kind of a nice guy. So I'm very curious at what's going to play out with that.
He is a nice guy overall, but his tension is wrong, right? But the reason why I'm saying Dane is gonna die, it's gonna be a torn between. I have the feeling Dane was like, we need to get out of here now, but Dane is back down there. I need to save him. That's what it's gonna be. What it's gonna be. That thing that it's like what happened to Miriam, her sister. She wants to stay to save her sister, but no, we can't. We're not strong enough. We need to go now, right? Let her do their job.
What do you think is Xaden's like overall thing? I feel like there's clearly something that he's not telling her, because she said that she said even Mr. T was like, there's something he's not telling her. And I feel like, and his holding back from, like wanting to be in a relationship with her kind of thing. I feel like there's something there that is he like forming a rebellion? Are we going to find out that that's something that is actually happening, even though I didn't feel like it was, but now like these last 5 chapters, I'm now kind of feeling like maybe that is a thing. Okay,
remember at the beginning of the when we started this, I think I mentioned that there's something's up.
Yeah, right. That's exactly
think
what
you're
I was
right.
I think there is something up.
I have a feeling the reason why he keeps pushing back Vile. It's just me. This is just massively speculating now. The reason why he keeps pushing Vile away, that I don't want this relationship and all that stuff, because he genuinely cares about her. We know that. We established that he really cares about her. But at the same time, he keeps saying that I can't predict what's going to happen in the future. Right?
Yeah, because I feel like there's something like that. Yeah.
For him saying that, I have a feeling that, oh my God, we should put money in this bet because I'm definitely going to win this one. I have a feeling that that Dane's the one, not Dane, sorry, the rebellion kids is actually doing an uprising. I have a feeling as soon as they get to a war, they're gonna fly to the other
do you think
side.
that Violet's gonna have to be on their side because she's so in love with Xaden?
That's the question, though.
She'll have to decide, like, if she wants to be like the good daughter or whatever, or be on the rebellion side. I feel like there has to be something.
Yeah,
along
because
with that.
you said it several times too in the previous episodes that the two dragons, Zane and Violet's dragons, are paired, right?
Yeah.
And Zane, I have a feeling, because we speculate that Zane knows exactly what the dragons were doing. I have a feeling he wasn't. I have a feeling when Mr. T showed up, that was when, like, what the hell? So I have to play this game, right? But I have a feeling that their dragons being bonded was not in his plans. He did not foresee that happening. And Terrence found out that what's actually happening, so he made sure that Violet is there. You know, there's a lot of like what ifs, but I think I'm gonna side with you in this one, Hannah. That those kids were trying to do something, like probably in book 2, book 3. I don't know, but I have a feeling that's gonna be a massive betrayal somewhere. Yeah, and that betrayal killed Dane. Oh, I like that theory.
Okay, so
you're really against Dean, are you? You really are against Dean.
Yeah,
I want Dean to die in a way that Violet has to make a choice. I want that to happen.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Join us next time as we review chapters 33 through 39 of Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. Thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and share a review. We love to hear from you. Send us an email at yourbookmarksinfo@gmail.com. Join us again right here where you left off.